The reports coming out of Benue State are drawing serious attention. And this is one of those moments where people need to slow down, listen carefully, and understand what is really unfolding on the ground. According to security updates already circulating, armed groups believed to be bandits attempted to move through forest areas in parts of Benue, using the terrain as cover after recent clashes with security forces. These movements triggered a coordinated response involving ground troops and air support. And that response is what has now become the main topic of discussion across the country. What is important here is that this was not a random action. Security forces had already been tracking suspicious movements in the forest belt, especially routes that have been used repeatedly for attacks on communities, farms, and travelers. When these armed groups were spotted attempting to flee deeper into the forest, air support was deployed to stop their movement and reduce their ability to regroup. This kind of response shows a clear shift toward proactive security measures, rather than waiting for attacks to happen before reacting. As you are listening to this, please take a moment to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Your support helps us continue bringing you clear and responsible updates like this. So please like and subscribe right now. From what has been gathered, residents in nearby communities had already raised concerns about unusual movements in the forest before this operation. For people living in these areas, this is not just news, it is their daily reality. Farmers worry about accessing their land, families worry about traveling on rural roads, and entire communities live with uncertainty. So when security forces act swiftly, it sends a message that these concerns are being taken seriously. The air operation itself was carried out with the intention of limiting escape routes and weakening the armed group's capacity to launch further attacks. This kind of action is usually based on intelligence gathered over time, not guesswork. It reflects increased coordination between different security units, which many Nigerians have been calling for. The goal is simple: protect lives, secure communities, and prevent these groups from spreading fear. Please remember to like this video and subscribe to the channel as you continue watching. It really makes a difference. Now, beyond the immediate operation, there is a larger story here. Benue State sits in a region that has experienced repeated security challenges over the years. Forests that should support farming and local livelihoods have at times been misused as hideouts by criminal elements. This creates a cycle of fear and disruption. When security forces target these hideouts, it is not just about one incident. It is about breaking that cycle and restoring confidence. What many people are asking now is whether this action will lead to lasting peace. That question does not have a simple answer. Military operations can reduce threats, but long-term stability also depends on community engagement, intelligence sharing, and continued presence of security personnel. Residents need to feel safe enough to return to normal activities, and that trust takes time to rebuild. As you are following this gist, do not forget to like this video and subscribe. Share it as well, so more people can understand what is really going on. Another point worth noting is the psychological impact of these operations. When armed groups realize that their movements are being monitored and that escape routes are no longer guaranteed, it can disrupt their plans. This kind of pressure can discourage further attacks and reduce the confidence of criminal networks. For law-abiding citizens, it can also bring a sense of relief, even if cautious. At the same time, authorities continue to urge residents to remain calm and cooperate with security agencies. Information from local communities plays a major role in preventing attacks and guiding responses. Security is not only about equipment and personnel. It is also about trust and communication between citizens and those tasked with protecting them. Please like this video and subscribe if you are finding this breakdown helpful. Your engagement keeps this conversation going. As the situation develops, security forces are expected to maintain patrols and surveillance in the affected areas. This is to ensure that there are no immediate attempts by these groups to return or retaliate. For communities in and around the forest areas, This presence is crucial. It reassures people that they are not alone and that their safety remains a priority. This story is still unfolding, and details continue to emerge as assessments are carried out. What remains clear is that decisive action has been taken, and it marks another chapter in the ongoing effort to address security challenges in the region. Nigerians across the country are watching closely, hoping that this will translate into safer roads, safer farms, and safer homes. Once again, please like this video and subscribe to the channel so you do not miss further updates as this story continues.